Hey guys, welcome back. For anyone that's new here, my name is Sarah and this is Jesus Joy Global. So today I just wanted to do my first testimony video. So what I want to do is kind of break down my testimony maybe into one or two videos because it might be kind of long if I do it all in one. So I just kind of want to give you a little bit of a background as far as where I come from and, how I got to, doing this channel, really just kind of in just a brief nutshell, just kind of where I came to know the Lord. So really it all started when I was really young. So I was born in Ohio and my parents, they were saved right around the time I was born, give or take a couple years. And we basically spent a lot of time in church. So Sunday mornings, Sunday nights, midweek service, just a lot of family activities. We were really always around other church members and friends. So really from a really young age, I was always in church, always going to some type of event, for kids, and really just, our life was basically built around church and the Lord. So when I would say probably around between 7 and 10 is when I officially accepted the Lord into my heart. And that was around the time where I got water baptized and really, old enough to where you can make that decision on your own. And it's kind of funny because every time that they had a altar call or the opportunity to give your life to Christ, it seemed like every time I was getting born again and again. So, I mean, I don't know if I thought, every time I told a lie or whatever, that I lost my salvation, but I just remember going up and rededicating my life so many times. I mean, so many times that I don't even think I could count. But I guess when I look back and I think about it, that at least even then that I had the heart to want to be right before the Lord, and I wanted to know that I was saved. So basically all through my childhood, I went to, different church classes, youth group, went to all the events, did all the things basically. And when I turned 18, I left the house. I, just took a totally different path. It was really where I had grown up almost in such a strict environment that when I turned 18, it was, I'm doing whatever I want and I'm going to live however I want to live. And so, obviously when I think back now, I'm thankful for how my parents raised me. At the time, there were difficult times where there were things that, everyone else was doing, but I couldn't do, or, they were having events and I knew I wouldn't be able to go. And, I'm thankful now because my parents saved me from a lot of heartache even back then, even though I didn't realize it. But anyway, so when I turned 18, my life just took a totally different turn, and I got into drinking and smoking pot, and that was basically my life. I was still working full time, but I had a problem with, drinking, and that was really my main vice. And I think it's because, I realized early on that alcohol made me lower my guard. It made me more outgoing and, funny and the life of the party. And it just took me down this path that just was not good. So really from 18 even in through my early 20s, I basically just lived, a party lifestyle. A lot of dark and bad times, a lot of depression, barely making ends meet, having to move back home, with my parents, and then moving out again with a boyfriend. And my life was just a complete wreck. And compared to how I had grown up, it was like night and day. And here I am, I go from this godly Christian upbringing to, my whole life revolves around partying. And that was really my entire life. I would work and I would party and I would get up and do it all over again. So I just went down this really dark road. And there were times, even when I was in that season, where I would feel the Lord calling me back to Him. And I, would maybe visit church on a Sunday or, on a holiday or something. And I would, in my heart, I would want to change, and I would want to go back to doing, living the way that He wanted me to live. But it seemed like no matter how hard I tried, I was always going back to this old life. And so a lot of my 20s were spent, back and forth between the world and between the Lord, and, a lot of fence riding. And I never could seem to just stay on the narrow path and to make the right changes in my life. So, over time, there was a lot of heartache and things that really just kind of caught up to me after a while. So, that's really like, the first part of what I wanted to share, just kind of where I came from, from my childhood, through, say, like my mid-20s, just to kind of give you a little bit of background as far as where I came from. In my next testimony video, I want to go into more of, 25 through 40 and kind of how I got to where I'm at today, and all the amazing things that the Lord has done in my life. So one more thing I wanted to share in this video was just a verse, because as I was thinking about what I wanted to share in these testimony videos, I was just reminded that as I thought back to the really difficult times in my life where, I've been on both sides, where I've been, going after the Lord with all of my heart. And then I've been on the other side where I am literally in the darkest place that you could ever even imagine, mentally, emotionally, just in so many ways, just in deep despair, where I thought I could never break free from these addictions, and I could never get out of this dark place that I was in. So as I was thinking about what I wanted to share, it reminded me of this verse, and it's Romans 5:8, and it says, "But God demonstrates His own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." So, it's not like we can ever be good enough. It's His love. His love is the reason that He died for us. And, even while I was deep in sin, the Lord loved me, just as He loves me now. And so many times I feel like we get hung up on, oh, I have to do better in this, or, we get into this striving mentality. And you have to remember that He loved you even when you were an alcoholic, even when you were, doing whatever that you're doing or that you may be struggling with. He loves you the same even now. So, even if there's anyone watching where maybe you're in a place where you're struggling with alcohol or drugs or addictions, whatever it may be, God loves you so much. He died. He sent His only Son to die for you and to rescue you out of that. And I am here to say he can totally transform your life. And I know I say that often, but it's true because he transformed my life. He broke off addictions. He set me free in so many ways. And honestly, I wouldn't be here still if it wasn't for him. He rescued me. So I just want to give you hope that if you're in a dark place, just call out to the Lord. He loves you so much. He wants to rescue you. He wants to come into your heart and to totally transform every single part of you. He's just waiting for you to call out to him. So I just pray that if you don't know the Lord, that you would just call out to him today, and that you would see that he can transform your life in an instant. He truly loves you. So I just pray that this blesses you today. In my next video, like I said, I'll share kind of the next segment of my life. We'll say 25 to 40, and how I got here where I'm at today. But that'll be coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. And I appreciate everyone that's been watching my videos. Don't forget to like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with a friend that you think might need some encouragement. So we'll talk to you next time.